Welcome to classes by Inspire Physics. Today we are going to see the axial field of a current carrying solenoid. Now here in the diagram you can see a solenoid. See this is the length of the solenoid. From here to here we have a large number of turns of insulated copper wire. The turns are very close to each other. Here we can see a few turns. I have just shown a few turns here. And the solenoid is having total number of turns capital N, and the total length is marked as 2L. From here to here we have a 2L is the length. Now we have an axis from along the axis. This is the axis. I have marked as positive x-axis. This is negative x-axis. The vertical axis positive y and minus y is shown here. So we have total number of turns N and total length 12 of the solenoid. Then what is the ratio N by 12? N by 12 will be equal to small n. Small n is called a number of turns per length, per meter length. Okay. Now what we need to consider is, we need to split this solenoid into small portions. See, actually if you have many circular coils, if you have a large number of circular coils, if you place the circular coils together, you will get a solenoid. And I consider one such circular coil having a few number of turns. So it is marked here. A few turns are there for the circular coil. Now this portion having a width dx we can consider as a current carrying circular coil. And this is the axis of the current carrying circular coil. The coil is at a distance x from the y-axis. From the origin we can say this distance is x. Okay, since this is the origin, the length from here to here we can take as positive L, and leftward distance we can take as negative L. So what is the total length? L, and again L plus L is 12 is the total length. So let P be a point. See, from the center of at a distance R we have a point on the axis. Our aim is to find a magnetic field at the point P. Axial field we need to find. Now if this distance is R, what will be this distance from here to here? Because we know total distance is R, this is x. So the remaining distance from here to here it will be R minus x. See, from the center of the coil, center of the circular coil of width dx, we have a distance to the point P as R minus x. So the center of the circular coil is at a distance R minus x from the point P. Let A be the radius, small a be the radius of the solenoid, radius of the cross section of the solenoid. Now what we need to find is, we need to find the total magnetic field, axial field at the point P due to the entire solenoid. So we need to start with a small circular coil, and we know that this current carrying circular coil can produce a magnetic field at the point P. Current carrying circular coil can produce a magnetic field at the point P. First we will find that magnetic field. So in moving charges and magnetism, using Biot-Savart law, we have a derivation. We have seen that if you have current carrying circular coil like this, if you have current carrying circular coil of a radius A along an axial point, if an axial point at a point P, see if this distance is x, we know there will be magnetic field at the point P. What is the magnetic field? We have seen there B is equal, we can say B is equal to mu 0 n I s square by 2 into s square plus x square raised to 3 by 2. We have seen this equation in moving charges and magnetism. We have derived the equation with the help of Biot-Savart law. Now this is a circular coil having n turns. Okay, so if you have a few number of turns, n is a number of turns. This we can compare here. Okay, when we compare this situation here, see the shaded region is actually, it is just looking like a current carrying circular coil having a few turns. Width is very small. So we will find a magnetic field due to this current carrying circular coil at the point P. So when we compare these equations, what we can say? The magnetic field at the point P, not due to the entire solenoid, only due to the circular coil of width dx is, we can say dB. Small magnetic field. Here we have written total magnetic field because we had a few turns. It is just like a current carrying circular coil. Here there is a portion of the current carrying solenoid. So this portion produces a magnetic field dB at a point P. What is the equation of dB? Just comparing this, mu 0 n is the number of turns. We need the number of turns within this coil. Okay, the width of the coil is dx. Number of turns per length is n. So in a length dx, how many turns will be there? N into dx turns. So instead of number of turns, what we will use? We will use n into dx. We need the number of turns of the coil, number of turns within this region of the coil. So the region is having a width dx. So n into dx will be the number of turns. Then I is a current. Okay. Then square of the radius a square divided by 2 into a square plus x square. We need the distance x. Here we have the distance from here to here. What is the distance? Is r minus x. So we need to take r minus x the whole square raised to 3 by 2. This is our equation. So the current carrying coil, this current carrying circular coil will produce a magnetic field at the point P. And this magnetic field is given by mu 0 n into dx I a square by 2 into a square plus r minus x the whole square raised to 3 by 2. Now here we can see that this distance r is very large compared to the length of the solenoid, compared to the radius, compared to x. We can say r is very large. Okay, so we can have an approximation. We consider r greater than, too much greater than x, r too much greater than a. If r is greater than these two quantities, here a square, so a can be neglected. So a square definitely can be neglected. Here x also can be neglected. So what will be the equation now? The equation now will transform as mu 0 n dx I a square by 2 into, we neglect this a square, then x also we neglect. What is left here? R only left, but there is a square outside, r square. Okay, then whole raised to 3 by 2 is there. Again we have dB is equal to mu 0 n dx I a square by 2 into r square raised to 3 by 2 means r raised to 2 into 3 by 2. Okay, the 2 cancels. What is left? dB is equal to mu 0 n dx I a square by 2r cube. Okay, this equation we are getting. This is equation number 1. Okay, this we can get equation number 1 and this we can get equation number 2. So we have got equation for magnetic field at the point P due to the circular coil having width dx. So within the width dx, how many turns are there? N into dx. Then I is the current carried, A is the radius of the solenoid. Okay, now we have got a magnetic field at the point. Now our aim is to find a magnetic field along the axial point due to the entire solenoid. So we are concerned only small portion of solenoid. Such elements, such small circular coils we can consider from here, everywhere. From here to here we can find many such circular coils. See, we need to find all the magnetic field due to each circular coil at the point P. Then we need to sum up. We need to consider circular coil here, find a magnetic field. Here we need to find a magnetic field. Here consider a circular coil, find a magnetic field. Here we need to find magnetic field. So we need to split this solenoid into many circular coils. Find magnetic field due to each circular coil and finally we need to sum up. For summing up, we have a method in maths called integration. So to find capital B from dB, what we need to do? We need to integrate dB. Okay, integrate dB. Now we need to find the limit also. See, when the circular coil is at the extreme edge, what will be the value x? X will be L. When it is at the extreme left edge, if it is here, the distance from here will be minus L. Okay, when it is at the center, x value will be 0. So we have a solenoid circular coil here, and up to this point. So minus L to plus L. We need to integrate this equation from x can vary from minus L to plus L. So we are going to integrate from minus L to plus L. Okay, we are going to integrate, that is from minus L to plus L. What is the dB? dB having a value mu 0 n dx I a square by 2r cube. Okay. Now except dx, all other terms are constants. Number of turns per length is a constant, r is a constant, everything is a constant. So take them outside. We will get mu 0 n I a square by 2r cube integral minus L to plus L, what we have dx. Okay, again mu 0 NIA square by 2r cube into, what is integral dx? Now we know integral dx will be equal to x, but we need to apply the limits, upper limit and lower limit. What will you get when you apply the limits? Mu 0 NIA square by 2r cube into, see, instead of x we will give a capital L, minus x will give minus L, minus of minus L. When you simplify you will get 2L. So mu 0 NIA square into 2L will divide by 2r cube. This is the equation for magnetic field. Okay, so we have got the equation for magnetic field. We can say it is B axial along the axis of the current carrying solenoid. This is equation number 3. We have got 3 equations. This is the equation for magnetic field due to the solenoid along the axis. At a point P, at a distance r from the center of solenoid, we have got the equation for axial magnetic field. Now we need to show that this magnetic field, actually we need to show that this current carrying solenoid behaves like a bar magnet. See, for a bar magnet we know that for axial field of bar magnet is having standard equation. What is the equation? B axial for bar magnet. See, for a bar magnet, we already learned the equation B axial is equal to mu 0 by 4 pi into 2m by r cube. This is the equation of axial field. Okay, axial field. Now we know magnetic moment of a current carrying circular loop or a current carrying solenoid is given by magnetic moment. Magnetic moment of a solenoid. A current carrying solenoid is, what is the equation? We know N into I into A. That also we have seen in moving charges and magnetism. Okay, now we need to show that this equation is identical to this equation. How? So take that equation B is equal to, we'll just rearrange the equation mu 0. We have mu 0. Then what we will use is, now we have N into 2L. We will take together. N into 2L taken together. Then current is there. Then A square we have, I just multiply pi here. Pi with A square. The whole divided by 2 into, okay, I have 2 here. Then r cube is there. I just multiply pi in the denominator also to balance it. Pi is multiplied, here also pi multiplied. Okay, I multiply 2 also here. Here I multiply 2. Okay, so we need to make a slight few more modifications here to prove this is equal to this. Now, what will you see? Now, what is n into 12? N into 12 is called a total number of turns. You can see here. N into 12 is total number of turns. Then we have I. Okay, n into I. What is this? Pi a square. What is pi a square? Pi a square is the area cross section. I can say pi a square is equal to capital A. This is NIA. What is NIA? It is equal to magnetic moment small m. Okay, magnetic moment small m. I have it 2 also. Mu 0 also remaining. So what is a B? B axial. So I can say B axial is equal to mu 0 into, this will give m. So 2 is there. Mu 0 into 2m by, we have 4 pi. 2 into 2, 4 pi. Then we have r cube also. See, this equation is actually the equation of magnetic field along the axis of a current carrying solenoid. When you rearrange the terms, you will get this equation. See, these are similar. Okay. Now, hence we can show that a current carrying solenoid is just equivalent to a bar magnet. So, its axial field having same equation. Its axial field is given by this equation, but for a bar magnet, the axial field is having the same equation. So, we can say they are identical. So, we can say current carrying solenoid behaves like a bar magnet. Okay. I hope that you have understood. Thank you.